Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Maaser Sheni Perek Gimel, Mishnayos Beis and Gimel. Let's start with Mishnah Beis. Ein lokin truma because of Maaser Sheni, Mishu Mayid Vachilaso. So you go up to Yerushalayim, you have money that has produced of Maaser Sheni. You're a Kohen, right? Obviously, a long time about a Kohen. Yisrael wouldn't buy truma. Kohen buys truma with his Maaser. Is he allowed to buy truma with his most Maaser Sheni? The Mishnah, the Tanakh says you're not allowed to do it because technically only Kohanim could eat it. If you invite a Yisrael to your meal, you can't give him the truma. Secondly, if you become tummy, you can't eat it. Rabbi Shimon Maaser, Shimon allows. Amar lehem Rabbi Shimon. Shimon's argument was ma'im heikel b'zivchei shlamim. For sure, one of the things you can do with your most Maaser Sheni is bring karbonos. In fact, that's the optimal thing to do. So you can purchase karbonos, shumavil, de pigul, v'nosar v'tamei. In those cases, a lot of times you're not going to be able to eat it. If the person who's shochet the animal, when he slaughters the animal, he has the wrong machshava. He thinks to eat it outside of the right place, outside of the right time, v'nosar v'tamei, or he leaves it over more than the prescribed time for eating it, or it becomes tamei. In that case, he can't eat the korban. L'nakal b'truma. So many things can invalidate a korban. So should we make on truma also, where it might become tummy, but it might not become tummy. Amrlo ma'im heikel b'zivchei shlamim mishayin mutarim l'zarim. No, zivchei shlamim are always mutar for anyone. Even a Yisrael could eat shlamim. Nakav truma sheyasur l'zarim. Truma, right? For sure will be asur to zarim, which will be asur to Yisraelim. So that's the difference. Reb Shimon says, the Rabbanan say, to Reb Shimon, it's more machmir by truma. That's why you can't purchase truma. But of course, shlamim you could purchase. And Ian Mitzil will explain the logic, the machlokes between Rabbanan and Shimon in a little greater detail. Mishnah Gimel, Meishayolo Mos Yerushalayim. He had money in his bank account, Yerushalayim, Bank Yerushalayim. Yeah, it's a branch of banks here in Israel. I think they have branches outside of Yerushalayim, but his money was in a bank in Yerushalayim. V'sarichlo, u'lechavero peiros, right? It wasn't kadosh Maaser Sheni. His friend has peiros, right here where he's living. I'm sorry. The mistake is the money in the bank account was already Maaser Sheni. He brought it to Yerushalayim. He deposited in the bank. It was Maaser Sheni money. So his friends has peiros which are chulin, which are not kadosh Maaser Sheni. He can say, even though he doesn't have the money in his hands, he can say that money. He can make a declaration. The money that I have in that bank account are redeemed on your peiros, meaning your peiros now have kedushas Maaser Sheni, and my money is chulin. The hala osa sarcho nimtza ze ochel peiros betara. So now his fruits have kedushas Maaser Sheni. He has to make sure to eat it in tara. We learned before, you can't be tamei when you eat peiros Maaser Sheni. The hala osa sarcho mosa. The other guy, his money, even though previously it was Maaser Sheni, it lost its kedushas Maaser Sheni. He can do whatever he wants with it. However, if you're making this trade-off with an Am Haaretz, someone who's not familiar with the basic halachas of the Torah, you can only do this by Demai. Demai is, we're not sure if Trumas Maaser were taken off, so therefore the Maaser Sheni that you took off, and it's now on the money that you have in your bank in Yerushalayim, it's a suffix whether really it has Kedushas Maaser Sheni or not, because maybe you didn't have to take off Maaser Sheni, maybe it was previously taken off. So therefore, in this case, since it's a suffix, so therefore, even with an Am Haaretz, because an Am Haaretz, we're not sure he's going to be shomer the peiros that you are mechalal these mo's onto, that you redeem the money onto these fruits, right? He's not careful to eat a betara. My peiros might have to be eaten betara. So when it's a suffix already, we're makel over there, and we allow the possibility that maybe it's not actual Maaser Sheni, the fruits that he has possession. Therefore, it wouldn't be a problem if we ate it betuma. That's the conclusion of today's shir. Stay tuned for Ian Mitzion. We discussed, as I mentioned, the machlokas in Rosh Shimon and the Rabbanan and Mishnah Beis coming up next.